This is indeed a disturbing universe. Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And as of this posting, today is the 20th day of April, 4/20, and it's also Record Store Day. So, I don't know. Am I going to wake up and clamor for some records so I can film them and talk about them? Nah. 420. 420 means marijuanas. And hippies. And, I think I'm going to just make this week's episode an incoherent mess.
I gotta laugh at your kids and smoke it, the pot.
Punks is hippies. This is Steppenwolf's first album, the one with Born to Be Wild on it. And it's in a shiny silver cover. It's got the classic songs. It's got the Pusher and Suki Suki, Born to Be Wild.
See, look how happy I used to be. I didn't even have these bloodshot eyes, and I wasn't being chained by a collar. Life was good. What happened, man? I don't know, man.
Alright, this is the fancy CD of Lou Reed Metal Machine Music. It's got some nice holographic background here. My only complaint is there's actually a little bit of silence in between each of the 4 tracks. They should have melded them together so it was just endless noise for an hour. But no shiny silver collection is complete without the first Silver Apples album. It's shiny, it's silver. One of those bands that got recognized as brilliant years and years after the fact, even though their albums kind of fell through the cracks originally. From New York, a duo, drums and electronics. In the 60s, man, years before electronic music duos were really a thing. Oh, look, there I am. Hi. Holding up my phone. This is, the album is called Make Believe, and the band is called Wind on the Life Records label. And I'm sure you have seen this record while digging through records and wondered what it was, whether it was worth picking up. So it turns out Wind was the band that Tony Orlando was in before Tony Orlando and Dawn. If you want to hear Tony Orlando singing Angel of the Morning.
Hi, I'm Bob Dylan. You remember my song, Rainy Day Women, number 12 and 35? Well, Get out your calculators, kids, and multiply 12 times 35 and see what you get. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. 12 times 35. Oh my God. You talk to me. Tell me about this bird.
What do you want to know? She's 33 years old.
Well,
And she would like to get married to him. There's no happening.
have a name?
Zoe.
Zoe. Hey, Zoe. How you doing? Thank you. As is Dave Pike, The Doors of Perception, on the Vortex record label, which was a label, I think Herbie Mann set this label up as part of Atlantic. And besides, you know, the vibes, stylings of Dave Pike, this record has some really interesting use of effects, of delay and distortion to kind of make it psychedelic. And it is pretty unique. Also Cecil Taylor for Olim. This is a record of solo piano by Cecil Taylor, and if you're familiar with his work, it goes crazy. It is scary and crazy and intense, the music of Cecil Taylor. And this is him on solo piano. It does not disappoint. Another experimenter, Anthony Braxton. This is 5 compositions, quartet, 1986. Plays a bunch of different horns, has a very unique style of composing and playing. It's on the Black Saint label. And here's the interesting thing about Anthony Braxton. These drawings, these little pictograms, those are actually the song titles. So that's what's a diagram of what is happening in the song. Seagulls, seagulls, chilling on the lake. Seagulls, yeah. Okay, so I just got back from the Peacock Lounge on Haight Street, where I saw Calvin Keys perform. And I bought a reissue copy of his first album from 1971, and he autographed it for me. How cool is that?
Hey gang, it's time for another episode of Compact Disc Corner, where I talk about compact discs in the corner. So this is Neil Young's Reactor album from, I think, 1981. Kind of an underrated record, but it has some pretty heavy rock songs on it. And this CD is kind of designed to replicate the album cover and the label of the record with its paper inner sleeve and cardboard outer album cover. So that's good. Yeah, that's cool. You want the way Mr. Young's material keeps appearing and disappearing from streaming and the like. It's handy to have. It's handy to have a good stack of Neil Young at your disposal. Okay, this is an interesting band I really like. They're called Palmo Pulpo, which in Italian means octopus heart, and it's some kind of dark experimental stuff. It's mainly this one guy, Sandro Perri, and this album was recorded between 2000 and 2003. And again, it's got a gatefold, it's got a cardboard sleeve, but if you like experimental, trippy kind of stuff, do check this out. Okay. This band is Mellow Candle. They were an Irish folk rock band from the early 70s with some female vocals, and if you like Fairport Convention and stuff like that, you will dig that. The original vinyl of this is a super rare Durham or Durham, if you will, label, and this reissue from the early 2000s on Acme kind of simulates the Durham graphics. Also has 2 bonus tracks of their first single, Feeling High, and Tea with the Sun, and song The Poet and the Witch, which Stephen Malkmus did a cover of. But anyway, this is a goodie. Okay, next CD is King Crimson Dinosaur, and this is the EP of the song Dinosaur from the Thrack album. So it's got this single edit of Dinosaur, and it's also got Vroom, live versions of Elephant Talk and Red from the mid-90s lineup of King Crimson. And yeah. Next up, Steppenwolf, the Millennium Collection. So yeah, around the year 2000, there was this series of compilations like, oh, remember those wacky 1900s and all the bands we used to listen to? Well, now we're in the future. But they're pretty solid greatest hits albums for the most part. I mean, yeah. So here's the Steppenwolf Millennium Collection. And then for something completely different, Eric B. and Rakim Millennium Collection. And again, it's got the long version of Paid in Full. It's got I Ain't No Joke, Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em, Microphone Fiend. Yeah, there's some classic 90s hip-hop here. Alright. This one I found on the sidewalk in a free box. This is Squid Artha, and the album is called West Coast Tentacles. And this is some electronica techno music. It's got a quote from Sid Artha. This came out in 2010. Billy the Squid rides off into the depths. Yeah, Squid Arthur. Okay, another reissue of a rare thing. This is R.L. Burnside, who was very popular in the 90s as a blues guy from Mississippi, and he got signed to Fat Possum Records in the 90s. This is a reissue of an early album, Sound Machine Groove, from 1981. 97 the CD came out. The vinyl came out in 1981, and I think maybe it only came out like in France or something, and it's rare as hell. But some good early Burnside. You know, 90s music, this is where 90s music lives, is on compact discs. More Chiba. You might know their album Big Calm, some kind of trip hop with female vocals and advocacy of the special green plant. And this is their very first album, Who Can You Trust? I think their second album was really where they took off in popularity. But yeah, good stuff if you like, you know, Portishead and that kind of trip hop, chill you out music. All right, last one I'll talk about is Black Sun Ensemble, and it's some kind of trippy, improvised guitar, bass, and drums stuff. Let's see if I can find some info here. Oh wait, there's a hype sheet. Oh, here we go. On the Camera Obscura label, released in July of 2008. Yeah, and it's called Across the Sea of Id. Way to Eden. And I guess they made a few albums, and this was the final album. Okay, well that concludes this week's Compact Disc Corner.
Oh, show and tell. It's just a game I play when I want to show you some records. So like and subscribe, and you'll see them next time too. Oh, baby.
Okay then, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and peace.
I gotta laugh at your kids who smoke it, the pot. Way up there.
Try to do it. That's right.